light, light. Highlight after some analysis.
Okay. So in the last session, views and view options we're discussing here. First option is what now? Check option. And this check option, okay, how to use this check option we discussed in the last class. Last people. Okay, right. So with the check option and the next with the read only. So check option means it was working like check constraint. Okay. And it was going to be check your values before accept into your base table through a view. Bring that. मिस हो गया आपने आपको लगना है उसको लग गया हाँ देखो यार क्लास स्टार्ट हो गया है ऑलरेडी हाँ okay so now we check option. So it was checking here. Yesterday we have one requirement to display and accept salaries whose salary was 3,000. So whenever you need to check the values before accept into table through a view, so there we must be use what now? We check option keyword. And when I'm using this statement, what it was happening guys here. So whatever the condition was given here, so that condition value will be verified. Whether your insertion value, your given conditional value, both are matching or not. So that will be checking here. Okay. So that is what the use of what check option. Now in the same pattern with the read only option, this read only option when we want to use guys means that, for example, we already knows DB simple view. What is the simple view nature? By default, through my simple view, we can perform DML operations. So once you created your simple view on particular table, through that table we can perform some operations here. Okay, na? So that kind of we can the operations will be allowed or satisfied here. See, just why are you seats also reserved? Huh? The seat for what purpose you kept here? Huh? Ilarenma, come here. Come here, come here. You said you, huh? Go and sit. city. Seats also reserved. Friend's purpose, okay, but friend is not came na. Friend purpose, huh? No, na. Um, okay, right. Okay, right. You're observed. So simple user by default it was accepted what now? DML operations. Okay, na? So that is the nature. It will be allowed. But when I need to restricted DML operations through my simple view or through my view on base table, so there you want to use what now? Read only statement. So read only, it means that data retrieval, but you can't perform insert, update, delete. So these operations, sir, we cannot perform it except read. So that is what the read only statement. And whenever you created your view along with the read only statement, okay, na? So through that view, user cannot perform DML operations. Okay, na? So complete your DML operations will be restricted. Okay, so in that cases, you want to create your view, then you must be apply what now? With a read only statement. Okay, na? Right down below. With read only. To restricted DML operations on base table through a view. Okay, now? So this is what now with read only statement. And it means what now? We cannot perform DML operation, but we can perform select statement. So it supports select, it supports select command only. Okay, now? Now, let me come out and see the example of this. Okay, come back to your database now. Okay. So this is your base table. We know already. And based on that, I'm creating my view number 5. So as select star from DEPT. So already this is the first program. But whenever you want to create your view like this, what it was happen, the view is created and we can successfully access your entire table data. Yes or no? And after accessing your entire table data, still we can perform insert, update, and delete. So whenever you want to perform, you can perform it. But what I'm doing here, I don't want to go perform this. Okay, I want to just, I'm sharing view to my people. They can just view it my data, but they don't want to do any manipulation on my data. So whenever we do some restriction, suppose user, okay, yesterday some students are asking, sir, when you're performing through view, that was performing on base table. Yes or no? The main concept of view is what now? Performing operations on base table indirectly, not directly. That is the concept. But still, you want to restrict it. You want to restrict a DML operation. I don't want to give permission, sir. I don't want to give permission, sir. So this kind of restriction level, then you want to apply what now? With the read only. Understand my point now? So whenever we apply with read only statement, what it was happening here, through this view, user cannot perform DML operations. He can see the data, but he cannot perform any operation here. So that kind of DML restrictions, if you want to perform or if you want to do it, so then we can use with a read only statement. So now view is created. Let me see it supporting select command. So now we can call select star from view number 5 it was access. The self command is working. But now when user try to perform, insert into view number 5, sending some values of 50, some SAP and HYD. When I perform this, what it was happened, it doesn't accept to me. And what it was saying that cannot perform a DML operation on read-only view. Okay, so that means user cannot insert, cannot update, cannot delete. So if he was trying to manipulate my data through a view, that is now not possible. Okay, same as if you want to go for your updation command also. When you go for update, what is my table view name? V number 5, set some LOC is equals to Pune, where department number is equals to 30. If you try, again, it was showing what now? Cannot perform DML operation on read-only view. And the same as if you try to delete now, so from view number 5 and where department number is equals to some 10, even though we can't. So that means what it was happen, your DML operations are restricted. Yes or no? Yes. And see, when you come back to your original table, the original table data, nobody can manipulate now. Okay, so nobody can manipulate. They can see my data, they can view my data, but they cannot change my data. They can't delete my data, they can't update my data, and they can't insert any new data into my table. So this kind of restrictions also we can give it with the help of what now? Views. Okay, now right. We'll write down this example. So when you try DML operations, it will showing error. Okay, so these are what now simple views. and along with your view options. Okay, so now, and the second type of view, what is the second one? Uh, Complex. Okay, now see. What is complex? And when we called, so simple view, when we call here, whenever you want to access data from single table. If one table data accessing purpose, okay, when we access through view, the type of views are called as what? No, simple. But the same thing, when a view can access your data from different levels, the different types of mechanisms when we want to use in the view statement and to access your data from a base tables. So at that moment, that view will called as a complex. But when, sir, when a view is called as a complex views, okay, now, so there are so many different types of, okay, operations we will be perform. So when a view is called as complex view, called as complex view. Okay, na? So there are some points are there here. So whenever you want to create your view, okay, created on multiple base tables. This is one way. Okay, na? Created on multiple base tables. Second one is what now? By using, when you want to use here, group by class. When we use group by class, otherwise, whenever you want to use some aggregative functions, so aggregative functions means, can you remember grouping functions? Aggregative or grouping functions. What are those? What are those? Sum, max, min. Okay, these are. Next, when you want to use by using of what now? Having class. Still, okay, we called a complex. By using of, okay, by using distinct keyword. Okay, when you're using distinct keyword, then also we called as a complex. So in your query, if I want to use set operators, it still be called as a complex. Okay, so by using here, by using joins. Okay, next, by using subquery. Okay, na? So these are. So in this, anyone, when we want to use under view statements, that means at the time of view creation, if you use any one of these, then those views are called as what now? Complex. Okay, na? Either you created your view on multiple tables, okay, then it is called a complex. When we created a view by using of group by class, again we called as a complex. Aggregative function, if you use, that is also called as a complex. Having clauses, distinct, set operators, joins, and subqueries. So these are all topics already we know. Yes or no? We already discussed in the previous classes. So in this, any topic, that means any mechanism, okay, when you use to creation of view level, then those kind of views are called as what now? Complex. Understand na? At the time of view creation, in your view statement, if we are using any one of this, then it is called as what now? Complex. Okay, right. And complex views are by default, by default, by default, complex views are not allowed DML operations. Okay, fine. And what is the syntax of this complex view? So complex view also same as create view and should give it your view name as a which query? Select query. And here one more thing in this view creation, we can use only select statement. Okay, you can't write any other statements like insert, update, delete, that kind of statements, sir. We cannot. Only it was what now? Select only. Okay, na? Right. Let me see some examples we will see now. Okay, first example on complex view. Suppose I'm using set operators I'm using. Okay, now in this level, how it was, okay, work here, observe. And previously, I think we are creating two tables now. Okay, one is HYD is a one table we design, and next one is Chennai. Can I remember? Yes. So we having your table and table data. Fine. Now what I want to do now on these two tables. Okay. Now I'm going to use set operators along with my view. So when we created a view along with the set operators on these two tables, that means we are accessing data from multiple base tables. So whenever you want to try this, okay, then that kind of views are called as what now? Complex. So now let me see, I'm creating here create view, the view number 6, and as, okay, how I want to write the query, select star from, okay, so EMP underscore Hyderabad, and I'm using any operator you can use as your wish out of 4. So next one is called as what now? Chennai. So now what I'm doing here, I'm going to create my view, okay, to access how many tables data I'm accessing? 2 tables by using of which one? Union. But what we said here as per our definition of view, okay, definition of view is what now? When a view is called as complex means when we are using set operator, distinct, having aggregate, join, subquery, group by or multiple tables. So in this anyone it will be there now, then we called as a complex, and the complex by default it doesn't allow the DMLs. So let me come out and see. So now we return now the 2 base tables and view is created successfully. But after created, let me call your view, the view number 6, the view is can call it and I can see my data. But when you try to perform insert operation or update operations, what it was happening, you can see now. Okay, suppose I want to give 1026. Okay, and some name I want to give it here, Adams, and some amount of salary was 28,000. So when I try to perform this, okay, through my view number 6 on my multiple base tables, it was showing error. And what it was say, data manipulation operation is not legal. Not legal means illegal. So it's the wrong way. It's a not legal on this view. So there is a data manipulation. So because insert command is also one of the DML command. Yes or no? So data manipulation command or manipulation operation not legal on this view. Okay. So that is what. And same as let me go for to do your update command also. For example, I try with some salary to change and employee ID is equals to 1023. Suppose update also I perform here, but the same, okay, error was come out. It's not a legal. And the same as if I want to do delete from view number 6, okay, where EID is equals to EID is equals to 1021. So it is also not a legal. So that is a DML operation, sir. By default, your complex views are not allowed. Okay, na? Below write down. So this is only for read only purpose, not write purpose. Okay, right. Same as one more example, you can see the complex here. We all of you know this. Okay, for example, I was given department numbers, sum of salary from EMP. Okay, so which class I'm using here? Group by DPT number. Up to here, if I want to execute it here, what it was happen? Each department number wise, what it will be finding here? Sum of salary. Yes or no? And department numbers wise. And this is a normal query. If I execute it, it will be showing us. And these are what now? Nulls. So maybe any null was there in department number? Huh? Okay, these are there now. Yes. Okay, right. This is my 14 employees information. Okay, and let me go to write the query. Then what happened? You can see departments numbers wise, sum of salaries are we calculated. Okay, then what I want to do, this operation, for example, it was required to me. Okay, otherwise this query I'm using very oftenly. Okay, no, I'm using very oftenly. So whenever I want to use this query very often in my application, okay, na? So then what I want to do here, I need to keep this view or keep this statement under view. So now see, if you want to create like this here, the view number 7, and here, so we are writing select DEPT number, okay, and some function I'm using. Some function means it's aggregative or grouping function. So sum of salary. So, and already we said to you, whenever you want to use aggregative function, that comes under complex. So I'm using this. And from EMP. Then after I'm using what next? Group by. And even though when we are using group by, it comes under again complex. So department number. Okay now. So what I'm doing here, this entire the query, which is very often I'm using in my application. So that query I'm going to save under view 7. Okay, now by using of complex. Okay, then what it was happening, you can see it was not going to be allow and saying what now must be named this expression with a column aliases. Actually, what it was happened whenever you want to use aggregative functions in the view creation. So this is called an aggregative function. Okay, now on this aggregative functional operation, you must be created some name. And the name is what now? Column aliases. So it means what you understand, aggregative functions are directly we cannot implement. So that's why whenever we want to use aggregative function, compulsory on that function, we should create a aliases. Okay. And level of alias, which level? Column level. Because this function is applying on which column? Salary. So now what I want to do to overcome this on sum of salary function, I want to create a alias. What is my alias here? For example, total sal. Suppose I was given like this. Okay, now? So now I just come to here and use your what? Group by and DPT number. So when I'm using group by DPT number and with alias name on my aggregative function, let me see execute. View is created, yes. After view created, then what is the advantage to me? It means that whenever the user want to view the sum of salaries of each department numbers wise, okay, whenever you want to view, it's not necessary every time I need to write this query. Okay, for example, every day in day-to-day work, I want to see my department numbers, sum of salaries. Okay, so every half an hour, every 1 hour, I want to view it this. So whenever you want to view like that, then I don't want to write this query again and again. Yes or no? So this query where I kept view 7. So now already this statement was saved under view 7. So then what we want to do in the next time you want to see your department numbers wise sum of salary. Next time if you want to see, then what happened? I don't want to write again query. Instead of writing query, what I'm calling view 7. So it will be showing us. Okay, now? and how it will be helping to us, the complex views. Now see, data will be showing, and in the future, if anybody or any employee salary was incremented, for example, suppose I'm going to do EMP set, okay, salary was I'm giving here, salary plus, okay, 1000 I was given, okay, where the people was department number 10 if I'm giving now. So that means what I'm going to do for every department number who are working under department number 10, those employees' salary, I incremented how much here? 1000 rupees I incremented here. So that means come to your table. Department number 10s are there. So here one, okay, two, and three. So in the future, the company will give any increments to the employee, okay, now the group of employee or individual employees, whatever it is. So what it was happening here? So now we can see present this employee basic salary, how much here? 2450, 5000 and 13. Now increment salary, how much here? 1000. So if I add 1000 here, how much it will come here? 3450. Next, in place of this, 6,000. In place of this, 2,300. Okay, the changes after increments. Okay, after increments, what next I have to find out? Total. Now the total was changed now. Yes. Now 3,000 plus 6, 9 plus 2, 11. 11,750. So 11,750. Actually, after incremented. But before increment, department number 10 salary, how much here? 8,750. See what it was happened. After incremented, again I have to see my each department number wise sum of salary. There is no need to write my query again. Instead of that, we are calling what? V7. Then see your data is updated or not. Updated. So now the department number total salary, how much now? So that means once we written some queries, some logic, and which I saved under view, then whatever you want to change on the table, based on the changes, your output also change. And again, I don't want to write my query again and again. Okay, na? So this is what advantage of views. Okay. So complex queries, sir, when you want to save under view, then there is no need to write again and again. There is no need to change again anything in the query. But whatever the data operations or else the increments, decrements, whatever you change on that main table, automatically the query also refresh it and giving latest result. So this is latest result now. Old result is 8,750. So company was giving increment to these employees. After that, what happening? 11,750. But again, I'm writing query. No, I'm just calling what? View 7. Okay, right down below. And below take underline and write on column alias name. Okay, right. The next one you can see after this, you need to just call here. Okay, so directly call your view. Then you will get some changes now. V7. And after that, if you want to do any updation on the table, so update EMP set, sal is equals to sal plus 1000. So where department number is equals to 10. After that, again, you have to call your, okay, view, and the variation, what it is, you can observe. Okay, right. So these are complex. In this aggregative and group by, like you can use having classes, okay, now, or else you can use join queries, sub queries. This on each and one or each and every mechanism. One example I was given in the notes. Just go to do it, okay, and practice that. And now you can see after created this here. Now, can I perform any DML operation on this? Huh? Is it possible? Not possible. Suppose if you try to insert, suppose any new record here, insert into my view number 7, sending values. So how I can send value here? Department number 40. Total cell, how I can decide? Can we decide? No. So, okay, if you give something here, what it was happening, you can see it was showing error. And what it will say? Virtual column not allowed here. So this is what now? This is not a main column. This is what a alias name, virtual column, imaginary column. Okay, na? So on that imaginary column, you cannot insert some data. Okay, because it was nothing was it just only for displaying purpose. Okay, so that's why DML operations we cannot apply here. Okay, so now concept understand na complex views are used for only reading purpose or else saving some queries, saving some logics. Okay, that's it. But other than that, we cannot perform any DML operations. Okay, below write down. Take note point. Oh, wait. Not note point. Take next one is called as force view. Hmm. So what is force view? Okay, now actually force view is nothing but view only. But when we called as force views, okay, Previously, these views are we created either complex view, okay, and simple views. Can you see these views when I created compulsory? I'm using some base table. And on which base table are you created your view, either simple or complex? So the table must be there in my database. Yes or no? The base table is already existing in my database. So on existing table, I'm creating what now? View. That is one mechanism. The simple or complex was done by like this. Okay. But force view, when we called force view, a view when we called as a force view means without a base table. So without a base table, if I created a view, then it is called as what now? Force views. And generally, force views are they're using in real time only for in a advanced purpose. They're creating some views in the database. Okay, na advanced purpose. So they're creating some views in the database, and after when that view on which table name they created, if that table name, if any one table is created here, automatically this view will be activated. Okay, now so that means after table creation, again no need to create a views. So in advanced levels, the programmers are keeping some views. Okay, now in future level. So that kind of situation they can use force view. Otherwise, there is no use of force views. Okay, now right. So now force view, what the people will say, generally views are created based on base table, but force view is created without any base table. That's the difference. Understand now? Right down below. So generally views are created. Generally views are created based on base tables, but but force view but force views are created, okay, so without any base table, without any base table. Okay, right. Now see, what is the syntax for this? So create force, and force keyword you want to use view name as same as your select query. Okay. So as per this syntax, let me come out here and see. For example, first I want to show that tables, how many tables are there in this user account. So up to now, view 7 we created, and test 9, 8, 7, 6, 3, 2, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 1. And next, the test table was there, students details 1, 2. Okay, then students salary registered, product parents, new EMP. So these are some tables we have here. But can you find out any table on the name of test 100? Do you have a name of test 100? No. So there is no name, okay, on test 100. So that means the table is not there. But still, I'm going to creating what now? Force view. So view FE1 as select star from test number 100. But test number 100 force view, sorry, base table is not there. What it was happening, you can see. So I was created. Why it was showing some warning. What is the warning? View is created, but having some compilation errors. Understand my point now? So having some compilation errors. So let me see. The view is created or not. Suppose you have to check it out in the tab list. Check it out in the tab list. FE1. Mm. FV1. So view is created, but having some compilation errors. So compilation errors means what now? Here observe. Suppose this view, if you want to ask here, so that means FE1 you can call it. Okay, FE1 we called it here. What it was happening, you can see. From FE1, it was showing error. What it was say? View FE1 as errors. So here the point is what now? By seeing of this, views are dependencies or independent dependency, because when it was having the physical object, then only view can be visible. I already said to you, when you go and stand in front of mirror, when the physical object, how much time it was there in front of mirror, that much time I can see that person or that physical object view. I can see it. Yes or no? In my mirror. But when physical object is not there, is it possible here it was having any virtual image? No, nothing. Got it my point now? Same as here also. We are trying to create a view, but having some errors. Why it is errors? Because this view is created on so particular base table, but unfortunately, that base table is not there in the database. Got it my point? So that means view is a dependency object, independent object. Definitely it is a dependency object, because once base table is there, view can be shown. If base table is not there, view cannot be shown. So that means always it is a dependency. Okay. So that's why it doesn't going to work here. Now this view, when it was activated, sir, okay, if I want to activate this, then I have to do what? So this FE1 I was created on which table name? Test number 100. Exactly on that name. If I created one more table in my database, then automatically the corresponding view FE1 is going to be activated. So that means when physical object, when it came in front of mirror, then your virtual image is visible now? Yes. Okay, now let me see what it was happened. So now to activate this, I'm creating create table, which name? Table number, same name, 100. Okay, na? Some serial number, int. Some name, varchar of 2. Okay, na? Fine. The table is created. That's fine. After that, you want to insert some data into test number 100. Okay, sending some values. So 1 comma, some name is Smith. So now, yes, okay. Then after you can call your, so main table test number 100. Okay, definitely it was showing some information. And now you can call the corresponding FV1. It is also working now. Now it is working. Yes, because of reason, you have a physical object. Okay, this is what we call as a force. That's why the people saying that force user just for a advanced level I'm keeping in my database, and later when you created base tables, automatically the views are activated. Okay, right on below. Completed. Hmm. So now below write down to activate a force view. Activate a force view. Then we should create. Then we should create a table on the name of test 100. Test 100 like below. So now should create some table now. So create table test number 100 and some columns, whatever you want it, you can prepare it. Then after, okay, insert some values. Then after, you can call your table test 100 and also select start from FE1. Then now force view is activated. So these are what now? Views. And below I don't note to view or to see all views in Oracle database. We use a data dictionary. Dictionary is user underscore views. So this is one of the data dictionary, guys, and I want to use here whenever you want to see your all views. And now come back here. To view your how many views you created in your database, okay? So this is one of my dictionary here, views. There's so many names or here there, so many columns. The view name is there and one more is what the text was there. So now we can see, suppose when I pass here, select view underscore name from user underscore views. So this is my data dictionary. So as of now, how many views we created? 7 plus 8. Total 8 views are created, including first view. So these are all you can see like this. And what we said in the early class, in the introduction part, view doesn't store the data. View doesn't store the data, but it can be saved the query. Okay, query can be saved. Suppose you wanna see the which query are you saved in your view. So here so many views are there. View1 to FU1. Total 8 views are there. In this 8 views, suppose I want to know about view number 3 was there, for example. In view number 3, which type of query I written? Which type of query I saved that I want to see now? Then you will be called like this. Select what I want to call text from user underscore, what is this? Views, where view underscore name is equals to which view you want to see? With 3 now. So now I'm passing that. Now can you see? This is view 3 now. Yes or no? What is the query we written? Select number, name, sal from EMP where sal is equals to 3000. So which logic you written, which logic you saved here that I can see it now. Okay, right. And finally, suppose we need to drop your view. Suppose I drop like this view1. So either FV1, complex view, whatever it was, same syntax here. And let me go and check it out. Now view1 and FV1 deleted. Yes. So right down below. Now slowly summer started now. Hmm? Getting hot, huh? Door open it. Door open. Praveen. అక్కడ ఎగ్జిస్ట్ పైన ఉంది కదా అది ఆన్ చేయాలి. Okay, right. So these are what now views, guys, and how we want to create. And one more type of view was there, text hiding, materialized views. Text hiding, materialized view. Okay, fine. So come to materialized views. What is the speciality of this view? Okay, no? So when you already simple complex force, we already discussed. But again, what is the materialized views? Okay, no? So basically, materialized views also just like a view how we created with the help of some base table, same as materialized views also. But what kind of differences are there in this? Okay, let me see first. I will give some differences. Don't write here. Observe. Don't write. Views and materialized views. So, what is the differences here? First thing is observe. View is called as what we discuss. It is a virtual. It is a virtual table of a base table. Okay, that is what. But materialized views are not a virtuals. These are how we can say backup tables. How you want to say backup tables. So materialized view is a table of table. Okay, na? So then you will be confused. That's why you can say it is a backup table of table. So whatever your base table was there here, whatever the data was there in the base table, the same table, if I want to keep into the same table data, if I want to keep into another table, that's called a backups. So materialized views also in real world the people will think like it is a backup tables. Okay, some query they written, whatever the query will give some result, the result will be stored into another table. That's called as what now? Materialized views. So first point here, don't write, observe. It is a virtual. It is a virtual table of a base table. Okay, now this is one. Materialized views are what we called it is a backup table. Okay, backup table of a base table. So that means it is also just like a table only. Okay, right. This is one. And why, sir, views are called as a virtuals? Means why we call view is the virtual? Because it doesn't store the data. Okay, na? It, what we call, it doesn't store data. Okay, that's why it is called a virtual. And materialized views are not like that. It is called as a table. So it is a table means definitely it was having some physical existence and it will occupy some space, memory. So that means what now? It store or it will store. It will store what? Data. This is a main point should be remembered if anybody asks you, what is the differences between view and materialized view? This point should be mentioned. Views doesn't store the data, but materialized views are storing the data. Next. So here, views, how it was working means it was working based on base table. So up to how much time your base tables are having in the databases, view will be working, activated. But once your base table is dropped, then view cannot work. Understand now? So what is the view? View cannot access. View cannot access without base table. Okay, now? But materialized views are not like that. At the time of creation, it's required base table support. Okay, now? And support is needed. But once your materialized view is created, then it will be treated like a separate object. It is not a virtual. It is a separate object. So that's why. So after, once you drop your base table, but still even though your materialized views are accessible, it is working without a base table. So creation level, I required base table. But once that object is created successfully, then it will be working like a independent object. Then it will working like a independent object. It doesn't depends on again base table. So that's what it was happen. Once I drop my base table, but materialized view, still it will be work. Okay, that's why it is called as a independent. But view is not working like this. Once base table is dropped, view cannot be accessible. Understand now? So this is what. So what we can say? We can access without a base table. Without a base table. This is another point. So based on this point, what you can understand, view is called as a dependency. Materialized view is called as a independent. Okay, now? So view, it is a dependent object. It is a dependent object. Okay, now? But materialized view, it is an independent object. Independent object. Okay, right. And see, in views category, some views are allowed DML, like simple views. So views are partially allowed views or partially allowed DML. Okay, so complex is not allowed, but simple views are allowed. Forced views are allowed. But whereas come to materialized view, it is a totally, it doesn't allow DMLs. Totally. There is no chance I can go to perform in any other case DML operation. That kind of chances are not there. But view have a chance. We can perform on the through simple view. We can perform insert, update, delete, all we can perform. So there is a chances are there. but materialized views are no chances. Okay, so that means it allowed DML operations. Okay, but materialized views are not allowed. It is not allowed DML operation totally. Okay, na? DML operations. Okay, this is what these are the 4 steps, guys. When you comparing with the views and materialized views, this is the 4 steps, and this point is very important point because view doesn't store, materialized views are storing the data. Okay, now write definition. What now? Materialized views. I'm shortcutly writing MView. Materialized views are just like views, just like views to create based on base table, based on base tables. Okay, then below write down views versus materialized views. Views versus materialized view. Complete? Hmm. So now the syntax of this. So what is the syntax of creating materialized view? Create materialized view, view name as select query. Okay, right. So this is what now same as syntax, but keyword we want to use. What is the key here? Materialize. So if you keep your force view. If you keep your materialized views. Okay, now, right. So, but sir, how we can, and this each and every point practically we will see virtuals, backups, storing, not storing, cannot access, can access, dependent, independent, allowed, or not allowed. Okay, so that all we will discuss practically on tomorrow. Okay, right. Yesterday notes uploaded. Check it out.